Good day everyone, Chris here. Got some major updates. We've been kind of holding back a little bit again. Lots of stuff moving as we're processing into this new energy stuff. Got a burnt out light, so we're kind of looking funny here. That's okay. First thing, we're going to start small and work up to something really big. First thing is the demons. Okay, we all talk about our demons. We got our demons, what we're fighting with. So what we're finding is, if you use the words vestiges of satanic demons within a specific area of the body, send them to ether. So that the key word here is vestiges. That's a connection, a very small connection to you. So remove that vestige. Vestiges of satanic demons, false, within wherever you find them. That's a big one. And then also you want to look for the runes, witchcraft runes. A rune is, go on the internet and look at it. You're going to learn something. A rune is a symbol, let's say etched on a bone or a stone or something, is what holds the witchcraft spell in place. So if you remove the rune, then you can remove the witchcraft spell within whatever area. So the vestiges of easy for me to say, vestiges of satanic demons go in and do the dirty work. Okay, so let's say you've got a spell on you. The demons come in and they muster things up. So that takes us to another area. Now, okay, let's go back a bit. So much going on here. So if you look at why you have a witchcraft spell, why you have runes, why you have satanic demons within you, you've pissed off Satan. Okay, and basically everyone is born into this realm of humanity with a vow to Satan, because we are in a satanic area. Let's use the word area, satanic area right now. Okay, we're all born into this satanic area. With a vow to Satan, to serve Satan, to do certain things, and by coming into ascension, by being brought into ascension, we're breaking that vow. So we've done things such as offer a pardon for any broken laws or vows against Satan, overturning the sentences, getting into a bit of a legal aspect of things. So when you do all that, you disconnect from that vow, remove the punishment of the demons, etc., etc. So it gets into that level, which has been working very well. Okay. Now, the second thing I want to talk about, within the medical community, there's something called homeostasis, where your body monitors its own functions. If you didn't have homeostasis, if you didn't think of breathing, you would stop breathing in your sleep and you would die. So your body doesn't have to think of, you don't have to think about it, your body just does it. And in the medical community, they call this the parasympathetic nervous system. It's an area in the brain stem, the pons and different avenues of the brain stem that monitor these functions. So with Source, what I've been told is if we call it the system of life. Okay, so consider this. We have a system, something called a system of life. So now let's say, well, just take diabetes for instance. Your body should be able to monitor the blood sugars within and make adjustments, hormones, enzymes, whatever, to balance those blood sugars. So let's say your sugar system is not connected to your system of life. Now you have to monitor your blood sugars with a meter and then take insulin or a pill or adjust your diet in order to balance your sugars. Okay, all of a sudden my sugars are very low. Well, eat a chocolate bar, drink some orange juice, raise up your sugars. Your body should be able to do this automatically through the system of life. So this could spill into so many different areas. Blood pressure, sleep apnea, the hormonal system. I mean, there's so many different concepts. Allergies, it could certainly affect. So if you consider the system of life, homeostasis, something is not connected to it, something needs to be adjusted energetically within it, could be a vestige of a satanic demon in your system of life. Got it? Okay. So that is definitely a big consideration that we're working with. It is coming up. It's not like boom, 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 everybody. It's certain people, and we're finding it, and it's making changes. Here's the big one. Okay, this is going to be a little drawn out, but it's definitely got a lot of validity to it. So if you can recollect, in the past we've talked about ascension, fifth dimension, this, fifth dimension, that. We're going to go into the fifth dimension and get into a higher level of consciousness. And then after a while, all of a sudden I'm talking about the seventh dimension. Okay. Oh, Chris is changing tracks here. What's going on? Of course, I get my direction from source, and I was told go into the seventh dimension. Okay, fine and dandy. Things have changed. Let's take the word dimension out of the equation. Okay, so of course we're all thinking it's different dimensions, different levels, or we call it a dimension. Take the word dimension out of it. Now, I was watching a video, and of course I peruse YouTube like crazy. There's a lot of valid people on YouTube, me included, kidding, who bring forth information. So of course you get all these suggestions to look at, and there's one person I've been kind of watching. His name is Gary Light, L-I-T-E, and he did a video regarding the 5 root races of humanity. I thought, oh, this looks interesting. So the story is, in 1888, Helena Blavatsky wrote a book called The Secret Doctrine. And this talks about the root races of humanity, okay? So the first root race is Polarian, which was an energy being, just a being of energy. Second root race was Hyperborean. Third root race, Lemurian. Third root race Lemurian, fourth root race Atlantean, and the fifth root race is what we are in right now, is called Aryan, and not the neo-Nazi Aryan. It's another term, okay? It means new. So the concept here is that each root race has 7 subroots. There's the number 7. Hold on to that for a second. So there are 7 subroots, or levels, let's say, of that root race. So within the Aryan root race, we right here and now are in the 6th root race. So if you do some research on this topic, you're gonna get the same answers. There's not a lot of variation on it. So the 6th root race, now the first one, I think Egyptian, Mayan, Greek, down the road, and the 6th one, Euro-Americano or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But my findings were, the aha moment is that the 6th sublevel of the 5th root race is a satanic root race. Okay? So what is happening here is that we are entering the 7th sublevel of the 5th root race. And if you check out the videos and do the research, you'll see that there is no listing for the 7th subroot race. It says 7th subroot and it's blank. That is the 7th dimension that I've been told to talk about and work within in the last, how many years I've been doing that. So to me, that was a very big aha moment. So the number 7, there it is, the 7th subroot race. So what we've been doing is shifting people out of the 6th satanic subroot race into the 7th. So instead of shifting you into a 7th dimension, if you use the right words and the right intent, the right terminology, this is where we need to go, is it within the 7th subroot. Okay, we've been doing it and getting some results. People are noticing big changes, like, wow, that was a big shift. So that has definitely been a consideration we're working with. So do research. Pull up that video on YouTube from Gary Light, the 5 root races, and there's many other videos and many other. They're all going to talk about the exact same thing. So if we now, of course, they talk about the 6th and 7th root races, which aren't here yet. They're to come. These are all higher spiritual root races that we're going to be proceeding into. So if we're at the 7th, the next one is the 6th. Now they talk about the 28th century when this is all going to happen. So it's going to be a long period. They may be wrong. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens. But we're definitely headed into that higher consciousness, the higher subroot of the 5th root race. So now let's take that consideration, the number 7. So within the chakra system, there are 7 levels, 7 layers of each chakra. There's that number 7 again. So what I started doing as of today is looking to see, is that first layer of the chakra system connected to the first root race? Yes, it is. Is the second layer of the chakra system connected to the second root race? Yes, it is. So we've been going up to 4. The 4th layer of the chakra system and its connections to those 4 root races before the 5th one. Disconnecting that, and it's showing some changes. So that's definitely something you want to pay attention at. Number 7 is like, okay, we talked about 3, 6, 9. Well, here's 7. So it's something we're really looking deep into. Our connections with this satanic energy, this dark energy, is definitely a major cause of a lot of health problems, a lot of life problems, a lot of things that have no explanation. A lot of people, experience and I see it every day, weird problems like what is causing this? What could ever be causing this? And it is all these connections to satanic types of energies, things that are intended to cause illness within you, bad problems of natures that nobody can ever conceive. Okay, lots of what would people explain as attacks and stuff coming toward you that nobody can see, and people think you're nuts, and they put you in insane asylums and give you pills. So all that stuff is satanic, and our connections to that satanic root race, subroot race, is what we need to break. So that's what we're doing. We're doing more research into it, and answers are coming. They're coming really fast. Last night I couldn't sleep. I got this. I was going to bed. All of a sudden I got this thought. Oh, the 7 layers of the chakra system, 7 subroots. There's got to be some kind of connection, and we're finding it. It's happening. Keep in touch. We're flying by the seat of our pants here, and we're discovering and making changes, and things are happening. So Gary Light on YouTube. I like this guy. He's doesn't seem to have any ego. Resonates very highly with me. Check him out. He's got some very good information about a lot of things. This is Chris. We're out of here.